Okay, so you get arrested by the feds.
Right.
22 count indictment.
22 count indictment.
You actually get released on $250,000 bail.
Yeah.
And then you go right back to doing credit card scams again.
Yeah.
I guess, according to reports that I read, is you wanted to have some money saved up so you'd have something when you got out.
Right.
But doesn't that sound crazy? Like you're facing all these charges,
right,
and you go back to doing the same thing as you're out on bail.
Right.
Explain to me the rationale.
At that time, I was in a different mind state. Once I realized exactly what it was that I was facing, I'm facing 108 to 135 months in a federal penitentiary. After I sit down and I really start figuring everything out with my attorneys, and I'm like, yo, your time ain't going nowhere. You finna sit down and you finna do this time. So you need to mentally get yourself together, get your family together, make sure everybody's on the same page and understand that. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm going to jail. I'm finna go sit down and do some tick. So in the meantime and in between time, and anything else that I can do to make sure that my family and my loved ones is taken care of, I'm gonna do it. Because I already accepted the fate of me going to prison. And so that's where my mind state, that's what my rationale was. When I realized that they ain't offering no lower numbers, ain't no lower numbers coming. Ain't no lower number coming. This is what it is. This is what my federal guidelines are. 108 to 135 months. And that's the first one. And with the feds, the time only goes up. It keeps going up. So it's not, in my mind, I'm like, I got 2 kids. I got a wife. I got family members. I got a lot of people that were dependent on me and my criminal activity. And so that was my rationale. And I look back at that in hindsight because everybody got hurt. The victims, my children, my wife, my brother, everybody was hurt. No one came out unscathed. And I look back at that now and I'm like, damn, this how far off my mind was. I didn't even have the capacity to sit down and rationalize, like, wait the fuck a minute. It could be a possibility that the judge may have leniency on me because I've never had a criminal record ever. I hadn't had any criminal records to that extent outside of a few charges, bullshit ass, petty tickets.
Yeah, it's a white collar crime. There's no violence.
Exactly.
No one got killed.
But that wasn't my rationale.
Offender.
My rationale was balls against the wall. I need to go get the bag. Fuck all this shit. I'm finna just go all out in a bang in a hailstorm. And this is the way I'm sitting here rationalizing this shit because I didn't have no filter. I was just unfiltered. And so I look back in hindsight and was like, damn, a lot of people got fucked up.
Right, because then 6 months later, you get arrested again for the same thing.
Exactly.
And at this point, they don't give you bail?
Hell fuck no.
Right.
I violated.
You violated
so only thing is happening at this point, that time when they came, they didn't come in the civil manner that they came before. This time they brought the batter ram. They fired flashbangs through my window. Oh, it was Armageddon. This time they was like, no, ain't gonna be no,
Well, then July 9th, 2013, you actually pled guilty.
Right.
To everything.
Right.
They're saying it was over $2 million in credit card fraud?
No, it was $20 million.